With the 11th pick in the 2021 CFL Draft, the Calgary Stampeders select Bryce Bell, offensive lineman, Wilfrid Laurier. Toronto, you're on the clock.
Bryce Bell of Wilfrid Laurier. We were speculating, Dwayne, on would they go with an offensive lineman even in round one with a number of Calgary Dinos available as well, but going to Bryce Bell in the OUA.
Yeah, and I think knowing that they had another pick coming up quickly, given the format of this draft, Calgary had a sense, linebackers typically not having quite the supply that you have of offensive linemen, so they took the linebacker first, get a terrific young offensive lineman here. Bryce Bell is a guy who played tackle for Michael Falls and the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks. Projected as an inside guy, he's been working on snapping the football so he can play center. Very, very cerebral player, can play center, can play guard. Very hard-working young man. He's a guy who came into Wilfrid Laurier at about 235 pounds and has worked his way up to the point where he, for the national combine, the virtual combine, weighed in at 295 pounds, which is the weight he anticipates playing at in the Canadian Football League. Again, a guy who may not play immediately, but a fast learner, bright player, and I think a guy who is going to have a very long, successful Canadian Football League career.
Yeah, they tell me that they believe he's a really good athlete with very good room to grow. He's got versatility and he's available right now, and that hopefully he can play tackle for them, possibly guard or center. But this is the thing with Bryce Bell, is that he's very athletic. Technically, he's very sound. He's always played tackle. Now, the assumption with all these Canadian linemen, especially if you're 6'3" and under, is that you go inside and play guard. But there are some concerns from people around the league about his ability to anchor and be able to handle the bigger bodies inside. Only 16 at 225 on the bench press. So you can't just assume that he's going to be inside and be that stocky anchor that can play in there. But given his athleticism, it might make more sense in this rare circumstance to give Bell the opportunity to try tackle first before assuming that he's got to go inside.
You can't teach good feet. And I'm hearing the same thing you guys are hearing, that Bryce Bell, the issue, if any, with Bryce Bell is that he's a little light in the butt and he has trouble keeping the weight on. But I can handle that. I prefer a guy, as he gets older, we all know he's gonna gain weight. But, you know, you got a guy that has great feet. He works hard to put the weight on. Dwayne talked about we came in and has worked hard to get heavier. I would take a guy like Bryce Bell who has great feet all day long. And look, he can, unlike Dwayne came in, he was heavy enough. He couldn't keep the weight off, but he had cement feet. I'll take Bryce Bell, the guy who's got great feet, and I'll just hope he eats enough.